Good afternoon, everyone. In my presentation, I will explain the area under UNCLOS 1982 in relation to the International Shared Tibet Authority and the rational position that Indonesia should take as a state party to UNCLOS. Today, I would like to explain the theoretical development of the area under the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea 1982, commonly known it as UNCLOS 1982. In the discussion, the term the area does not mean any ordinary sea area. In UNCLOS 1982, the area refer to the seabed, ocean floor, and the subsoil beyond national jurisdiction. In simple words, it is the deep seabed that does not belong to any single country. This topic the important because the development the area is closely related to the existence of the international authority called the International Seabed Authority, or ICA. This authority has the power to organize, control, and regulate activity in the area, especially activities related to mineral resources. Indonesia also has important position this issue because Indonesia has ratified UNCLOS 1982 top law number 770 of 1985. Therefore, Indonesia is not only a country that benefit from UNCLOS as an appellate state, but Indonesia also has legal responsibility under this convention. 1. The meaning of the area under UNCLOS 1982. Under UNCLOS 1982, the area is defined as the seabed ocean floor beyond the limit of nation jurisdiction. This means that the area is located outside the maritime zone that belong to coast state. It is not part the territorial sea, not part the exclusive economy zone, and no part of the commercial side of my country, any country. Because of that, no country can claim sovereign over the area. No state can say this part of the deep seabed belong to us. This is one of the most important principles in UNCLOS 1982. The legal status of the area is based on the principle of the common heritage of mankind. This means that the area and the resources are considered the shared heritage of the humanity. They are not owned by one state, one group of state, or one private company. The principle is important because it prevents powerful states from controlling the deep seabed only for their own benefit. It also protect the interests of developing countries, include countries that might not yet have a advanced technology to explore or exploit deep sea resources. So theoretically, the area is not empty space. Without law, it is also not a free space where any country that are one instructs the area is a legal space governed by international law. Two, why the area has become more important today. The area has become more important because the deep seabed contain valuable mineral resource. These resources include polymetallic module, polymetallic sulfide, and cobalt, rich gains. This mineral has contained metal such stick global, copper, manganese, and rare earth elements. These materials are imported to modern technology. They can be used for battery, electronic, renewable energy technology, and other industry needs. Because of this, many countries and companies are interested in exploring the deep seabed. The area is not lungs only. Theoretical concept in international law, it has become a strategic space for economic, technological, environmental, and political interests. However, this development has great serious concern. Deep sea ecosystem are not full understood. Many species and environmental process in the deep ocean remaining unknown. I meaning activities are carried out too quickly. They may limit marine ecosystem. They are very difficult to restore. Therefore, the development of the area creates a dilemma. No one side, the area contain resources that may support global economy and technology development. On the other side, application of the area create environmental risks. This is my UNCLOS 1982 does not allow the area to be managed freely by individual state is the mandate of an international authority. Number 3, the role of the International Seabed Authority. The institution responsible for the area, the International Seabed Authority, or ICA, ISA. The ISA was established under UNCLOS 1982 and the 1994 agreement relating to the implementation of Part 9 of UNCLOS. Its main function in the regular, organize, and control activities in the area, especially activities related to mineral resources. Its ICI acts and behave a humanity of whole. This means that resources in the area must be managed for the benefit of all people, not only for the benefit of technology advanced. The existence of ICI so that the area is not only connect to legal principle but also to interinstitutional authority is other words, the area exists as an international legal space and ICI exists as the institution that manage the space. The ICI has several important functions. First, I give rule for exploitation and future exploitation as mineral resources in the area. Second, is supervise contractor that conducts activity in the area. Third, three, it ensures that activity in the area are carried out for peaceful purpose. Fourth, it must ensure effective protection of the marine environment. Five, it must support fire benefit sharing as especially for developing country. This means the ICI has a very important role. Without the ICI, the area could become a space competition and conflict between states. With the ICI, activities in the area can be controlled through international law. Fourth, the connection between the area and authority. The existence of the area is closely related to the existence of authority. In national territorial authority, usually belong to the state. For example, in Indonesia territorial area, Indonesia has sovereign. In Indonesia exclusive economic zone, Indonesia has sovereign right to explore and exploit natural resources. But the area is different, send no country to sovereign over the area, the authority cannot be given to one state. Instead, authority the plan in international institution, which is the ICI. This is an important theoretical point. The area show that international law and can create a special legal regime where no state owns the space, but activity in the space has style regulation. So the area is not lawless, is not overless. In chaotic sense, it might mean collectivity of international law. This relates the idea that some part of the world should not be controlled by individual state, especially when those areas are important to humanity as this world. Therefore, the area is an example of global governance is still no international law try to balance state interests, economic interests, environmental protection, and the interest of future generation. Number 5, current development from exploration to possible exploitation. As the current state, the development the area moving from exploration toward possible exploitation. Exploration means studies and identifying mineral resources include scientific research, mapping, sampling, and environment studies. Exploration means commercial mining. This is not. This is more serious because it involves taking mineral resources from the seabed on the long scale. The ICI has already developed through the exploration. However, through the for exploration are still difficult issue because exploitation can create great environmental impacts. The legal framework for activities is the area is often called the mining code. The mining code it is include regulation on property exploitation and exploration. The challenge is the exploitation rule must not only focus economic benefit. They must also include strong environment standard, monitoring state system responsibility mechanism, and side benefit steering. This is where other belt become more complex. Some state and company want deep sea mining to move forward because the world needs critical mineral. But many scientists, environmental group, and some state include the acquisition should not rush because it's the environmental risk area still less. understand. Therefore, the current development of the are show a conflict between economy of opportunity and environmental caution. Number six, environmental and legal challenge. The main challenge is the area how to use its resources without destroying the marine environment. The deep sea is a fragile environment. It's very dark, very cold, and very far from human life. Because of this, recovery from the man might take a very long time. If mining machine disrupt the seabed, they may destroy habitats, create sediment, flood, and affects species that live of the deep ocean. Another challenge is scientific uncertainty. We still do not fully understand the deep sea ecosystem. If knowledge is limited, the regulation must be very careful. This is why the principle of precaution is important. The precautionary principle meant that if an activity may cause seriously environmental harm, lack of complete certainty should not the use as a reason to ignore protection. In simple terms, if we are not sure about the danger, we should not rush. There is also a legal challenge related to state responsibility. If a company sponsored by a state cause debate in the area, the sponsor thinks that may also have to legal responsibility. Therefore, state must be careful when sponsoring company or activities in the area. There is also a challenge fairness, since the area is the common heritage of marking. The benefits of had only to right countries and the lack cooperation, developing countries and must also receive fair benefit. Number 7. Indonesia positioning under UNCLOS 1982. Indonesia has a strong connection with UNCLOS 1982. Indonesia ratified UNCLOS 1982 draft law number 17 of 1985. This means Indonesia legally accept the right and the obligation contained in UNCLOS. For Indonesia, UNCLOS is very important because it recognizes the concept of archipelago states. This beneficial for Indonesia because Indonesia consistent of 1,000 of Iceland. However, Indonesia relationship with UNCLOS is not only about archipelagos, water, territorial sea, or exclusive economic zone. Indonesia is also part of the international legal system created by UNCLOS, including by regime of the sea. As the party of UNCLOS, Indonesia is also part of the International Civil Authority. This give Indonesia the opportunity to participate is discussion of the decision making related to the sea. Indonesia has the interest in making sure that its area managed fairly, safely, and sustainably. As a development country and the maritime nation, Indonesia should not only become a passive observer. Indonesia should the active is shaping international rule, especially because the future of ocean government will affect maritime countries like Indonesia. Number 8, rational solution for Indonesia. The rational solution for Indonesia is to take an active but cautious position. Indonesia should not reject the development of the area completely because the deep scrape may provide in the important resource for the future. As a maritime country, Indonesia should understand and participate in ocean-related technologies and legal development. However, Indonesia should also not support uncontrolled or rough exploration depth sea mining has a serious environmental risk. The rule must be clear before commercial exploration gain. Therefore, Indonesia should do support a balanced approach. First, Indonesia should support strong international regulation under ICI. The mining code must include strict environmental standard, transparent records, clear reliability, rule, and effective monitoring. Second, Indonesia should support the rate cost principle. Commercial exploitation should not allow the 55 knowledge is still to limit and environmental protection is not guaranteed. 3. Indonesia should train its marine traffic. Reset Indonesia need more aspect to ocean law, marine science, marine geology, and the deep sea technology. This will help Indonesia participate more effectively in international discussion. 4. Indonesia should defend the interests of developing countries. since the area is the common heritage and ranking, the benefit must be shared partly. Indonesia should support rule and the prevent domination by technology, advice, state, and like cooperation. Five, Indonesia should connect the issue within national maritime policy as appreciate that Indonesia has a strong relation to become a leader ocean governance, not only as the regional level, but also at the global level. So the rational part for Indonesia is not the anti-mining, but also not to the careless Indonesia for support exploration and scientific research, but commercial exploitation must be delayed or limited under the legal, environmental, and institution system already. Number 9, main, main argument. Main argument. The main argument of the discussion is that the area under UNCLOS 1982 has developed a legal concept into the aesthetic stage. The area mainly discussed as a principal international is was sent a space beyond national jurisdiction and as the common heritage of Martin. Today, the area become more constrained because of the long technology development and the growing demand for seabed mineral. However, this development must remain controlled by law. If the area trade only on as economic resource is then a principle of common heritage will lose its meaning. The area must manage with four main consideration: legality, fairness, environmental protection, and future generation. This means that the ICI must not only act as the licensing body, it must also act a guarantee of the common heritage of mankind. For Indonesia, this issue the import because Indonesia is state party. The UNCLOS archipelago state the developing country and the maritime nation. Indonesia has both international Indonesia both the legal responsibility and strategic interest in the future in the area. Closing. To conclude, the area under UNCLOS 1982 is a special legal regime. It therefore it is seabed and ocean floor beyond national jurisdiction. No state can stand sovereignty, no, because it's in the common heritage of market. The existence of the area closing connects the International Seabed Authority, which has a power to regulate and control activity in the area. This shows that even actors outside nationality national jurisdiction are not free from the law and authority. The current development of the area is shaped by the growing interest in depth mineral. However, this development has direct environmental, legal, and ethical challenges for Indonesia. The most rational solution is to active but careful if Indonesia should participate in the ICI, support strong regulation, ban environmental protection, strength marine research, and make sure that the benefit of the area are shared fairly. In the end, the area should not be understood only as place for mining. It should be understood as a shared space humanity that must be managed wisely, legally, and responsibility. Thank you.